Hey, what's good, everyone? It's Nokz from the 78 southwest side of Brisbane. One half of that Castle Records. Shout out to Chazza. Thanks for having me also. Let's go.
Yeah, man can say whatever they want, it don't count until
Charlie says.
your boy ain't ever been #1 in the country until
Charlie says.
that's right, they respect my opinion, yeah, they wait until
Charlie says.
Warm up. Chat to me. What's going on? What's going on with the warm up? What made you decide to drop this one?
So warm up was like my entrance track into the scene. Obviously everyone knows, like, what was it? Early 2019, drill kind of kicked off, and I was already making, like, I wasn't making music, but I was just doing Instagram videos and shit. Everyone knew I could rap. I was in the scene, but not really in the scene because I hadn't made a song. So we were like, shit, how are we gonna come into the scene when it was at this time it was really saturated, bro. There was a lot of, as you would know, there was a lot of drill artists, and there's probably a lot more that you don't know. You know what I mean? So for us, it was like, how can we come out and make our mark and kind of, you know, but not be completely the same? And then we were just like, fuck. We were like, bro, let's jump on the drill and just do, like, I just wanted to make it my own. Like, the flow and shit, like, I didn't want to, obviously everyone's got a real similar flow. Everyone kind of was influenced by 1-4. And I went low, I was a little bit as well. But I wanted to make it my own a little bit. So that's how I think it cut through. It was a real saturated time, but everyone was making music. And we just thought, fuck it. But it's crazy. The reason why it's called Warm Up, everyone thinks it's like, it was me warming up into the game. But it was actually the first time I ever went to the studio. Shout out Dimes. And I go, bro, we'll do a quick warm up. Just chuck the beat on. Bro, one take.
Yo,
The whole
I can't lie,
thing.
that's
then,
built different, bro. No, most people can't just do that.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. And I look out, like, and because it was my first time in there, I look out and he's just looking at me. He's like, bro, what the fuck? And he goes, bro, we'll run it back. And he's like, add some cadence, like, blah, blah, because I wasn't used to it. And then we done a second take, and then we kept it. So we didn't do another take, and then we dropped it as a warm up. That's why it's called warm up. A lot of people think it's because it was like, oh, he's warming up into the game. It's like, no, it's literally a warm up.
Literally going in. So was you only going in to like record that? Was you going in to record other things as well, or was it literally just this freestyle?
Bro, it's just, my brother just took me in. So shout out Amu, the MC. He just took me in. He was like, bro, just come with me. Like, fucking. And I almost didn't go, but he's like, we get there and he's like, to Dimes, like, bro, chuck my brother in, you can fucking rap. And then the rest is history, bro. That's pretty much it.
Even then, I'm even going to pause it straight off the bat, yeah? I got to ask, you've got Lissy in the video, you got Amu in the video, like, who else? Can you tell me about anybody else, like, in the backdrop there, like?
Man, that's just the gang, bro. That's just the area. That's literally just guys from knee high, bro. That's like, no, like, I felt like at that time everyone was just having gangsters and heavies and stuff like that, bro. I just invited all the boys from the block. Like, there's some white boys in there, there's some Asians, and there's an African in there, somewhere. Like, I was just like, I would imagine, jump in there, just have a mad time. You know, it was dope, bro. I think this was actually the first ever drill rap video with more than one white guy. You know what I mean? Like, it was normal white guys. Back, if you can prove me wrong, let me know.
Man's gonna fact check that. Yeah, you're gonna have someone in the comment section whiling.
Yeah, hey, shout out to all my white boys from the 8, bro.
It's that and no KZ stay loco, still on the streets like a hobo. I know they talk about me on the low low. Then when they see me, they ask for a photo. The fuck is that? The rep just said if the only time you put in work's on the track. Me and Big Bro put our shit on the map. Them boys there put their shit on a hat. That's why they cap. Don't talk to me, brother. It's not him.
Yeah, see, you're already quick with the punchlines, like already laying them out real quick. Like, when you write, do you consciously think, right, I'm gonna try and fit like punchlines in constantly, or is it something that just you try to do it where it naturally fits?
It just naturally fits, bro. A lot of times, like with this one, there's a lot of jab. Like, there's not a lot of heavy punches in this. There's a lot of it is jabs, bro. But they're all back to back, and you know, you can win a fight with a jab, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you jab enough, bro, it can sound cold. Like, there's not a lot of heavy punches, but yeah, there's quite a few jabs in there, bro. The flow's pretty crazy with this one, bro.
But that comes where you're not doing loads of setups. It's not like setup, punch. It's, you know, just quick jab, step away, jab, step away. So, you know what I mean? It's consistent rather than a build up to it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
Tell them run that. Also, tell me who done that. They waiting for me to make my comeback. But if I do, half of them won't come back. Told them the ones back. 4078, they already know you also will ride for. They'll do anything for the clout. Well, let's find out who's ready to die for. I say.
you know, like that, people are out here doing the most for clout, and we'll talk about that when we get to your song Chat, because I know that that's a bigger theme, even more of a big theme in there. But like, it's a mad thing, innit, when you see people just doing the absolute most for attention, or as you say, for clout. Like, is that something that you're constantly kind of thinking about and constantly like trying to push across to people? Like, yo, it ain't all about that kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%, bro. People will do the most, but it's crazy, especially with this music shit. It's like, bro, one thing that fans don't understand is like we gotta walk around after we do these songs. So we gotta be outside as well. So like people wanna make songs and shit and say this and that. But just like you control what you say in the booth, you know what I mean? But you don't control the consequence for what happens outside when you're not in there, bro. You're not always safe, you know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like people will say anything for clout. But who's like, bro, you gotta wear that when you go places, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people will pull you up where I'm from, you know what I mean? So, at that time, fucking hell, bro, we had people saying they were running bulls from one side of the city to the other side of the city. I never seen the bloke.
I know it's such a cliche thing, but it's said so often because it's true. You know, people saying a lot of shit online, people saying a lot of things that they're about, but then when it comes to these real life situations and they get caught lacking and this, that and the other, then that gets shared virally over the internet. It's like, big man, if 10 man approach me and I'm on my Jack Jones, even I'm not, listen, I'm not, but so then you can't, you know what I mean, you can't say you're a one-man army like that, you know, and this is the problem, you know, there's a certain persona and there's a certain ego that's carried online, and realistically there's certain things that just can't run in real life. And so that's,
don't get me wrong, like I know a lot of people cap, even like some of the biggest artists in the world cap, and that shit sells, and I respect hustle and shit like that, but where we're from and where a lot of people in Australia are from, you know, you gotta be ready to stand on that. Like you can't really just say shit out loud like that and not be about it, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it.
Go where they live and take the old route. That's what shit that I don't know about. I do them like the day before an inspection. Also, I go clean the whole house.
Yeah, I like that part. I like that.
If you know, you know. You ever watch the wars at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Trying to get shit done in time.
You know. The war's already fucking clean and you still gotta scrub the shit. Like, bro, if you know, you know.
Fuck a preview, they all get the full clip. So why they say stuff, they just fake cunts and fake love all show to me. I ain't got time for the boys from the 778 Southwest to the 43.
This beat is cold as well. QP, do you know QP personally or?
Nah, just on my shit and just getting packs and that, but he's a mad police. Shout out QP, huh? 100%.
Yeah, man, that's a cold. The way he flipped that sample is nice, man.
They all wanna be hot niggas until they get the bars like Bobby Smurda.
Yeah. And I like the energy that the boys give in this video as well, man. They give this track the energy it deserves, man.
Bro, it was a vibe, man. That's what kicked it off, bro. And then we've done a lot and come a long way from there. So watching that, bro, it gives me goosebumps thinking that and that's where it all started, bro. And I need to go back and watch that more, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boys, huh?
Yeah, shout out to the boys each and every time. So once you finish this track and you've released this, did you have in mind like, yo, I'm going to step back in the booth and make this a regular thing? Or was it literally like throwing it out to get a feel?
Nah, I knew I wanted to do music. I think once it was well received, like once everyone received the well, I was like, yeah, this is definitely what we're doing. Like I always wanted to, but I just needed a bit of a push, bro. Like I just needed, as bad as that sounds, I just needed someone to tell me that it was better than my boys. Better other than my boys, because my boys would tell me that shit sound good even if it sounds rubbish. Yeah. As bad as that is.
Yeah.
But I just needed like to get the response that we got, and a lot of people liked it. A lot of people hated it, but see the amount of people that at least watched it, I was like, done, bro. We're running with this, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you know what? And you say people hating it, but that must be like a very small circle. I mean, you look at the reception you've received widely across Australia, let alone Brisbane. I'm sure, like it's a mostly, if not all, positive thing from what I see from an online perspective. Should you see, and of course, whoever is the artist, they obviously get the DMs here and there, and they get the odd comment here and there. But you know what I mean? If you take one look as a whole, you've got so much more support than you do hate. You know what I mean? It is a mostly positive thing.
100%. Yeah, we get some love. Shout out to everyone that rides with us. We get love, man.
Chat to me about this one. So what's this? So this is like what, like your third or fourth track by this point?
This was the third. This was the third. So I had warm up, drop, and then this. I think we dropped them in like 2 months difference.
Yeah.
So we were busy. We were like in there making songs and shit. But yeah, Chad is just obviously, you know, not everyone's gonna love this shit that you do. And we just had a little like a. It's funny, bro, because when you start to make a bit of noise, like you start to see like people kind of turn on you, and then people start talking that you were boys with before, and then everything starts to change. You know what I mean? So this was just kind of like a shot at everyone in my whole city. Like I was just like, bro, fuck it, like we're doing that, and that's just the type of person I am. Like I feel like I need to go to like a mental hospital or something sometimes, bro. Because I'm just a crazy motherfucker in the booth. I was still yelling in the booth when I made this song, bro. I had shirt off and shit, and just getting angry, but you know, like. It's just the type of person I am, and I was just ready to stand on it, bro.
And you had something to say, which is the most important thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, whenever an artist has something to say, like an actual message to get across, even if it comes from a mad place, as you say, like, but it always makes a track better. It always, that hunger shows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, I agree, man. I think for me, every song, like whether it's like an angry song, love song, or about my life, every song comes from the heart. Mm-hmm. So whatever my heart's feeling at that time when I'm in the booth, and that's why I think it's like that's what separates artists to people that just rap. You know what I mean? 100%. And like you said, like that's how people fall off, because maybe they've said everything they got in their heart. You know what I mean? And then they just start trying to make bangers and shit, and they get lost in trying to make music, except for just making that shit straight from the heart. You know what I mean? So, and it's hard because for a lot of people, making music from the heart don't hit. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't hit like a club banger would or like things. So I understand why people try and do other shit, but like I guess I'm pretty lucky that the things that come straight from my heart, people fuck with, and that's pretty much all you can ask for, really. You know what I mean?
Sammy Clips, what's it like working with Sammy Clips? I know he's done a couple of your videos still.
That's my little bro, man. Like yeah, we grew up together, and that's just me back in like even at this time after we made 2 songs, as you would know, you know, a lot of people start hitting you up, but you can kind of level up a little bit, like for videos and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I just stay committed to my hustle. Like he's been busy with his life. He got engaged and shit. Shout out Sammy. But like if he didn't, shit, we'll still be out there on his camera. You know what I mean? So like I just any way you can support the boys, I reckon you should do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost us a cent, and it does them a big favor. Oh, I mean, damn, it started to cost me a cent. Well,
yeah.
They also started sending invoices after the first 2 videos.
He's like, man, you can pay now. Yeah, we did a few favors, but you got the coin
like,
now.
He's like, I see them streams, bro. I see them streams. Start sending the invoices and shit. But yeah, nah, shout out Sammy, bro. That's my little bro, man. I love you. I was 100%.
Shut up, real quick. Right, before the drop, big man, did you just come from work?
Oh man, that's a long story. So my day one fans will know. So long story short, bro, I started like before 140 shit blew up. I was like making videos on Instagram, and I pretty much got to 20K in like 2 months followers. And that's why my following's so big, because I was making like stupid rap videos. But I used to always be in my work uniform. So that was like paying homage to all my day one fans that really know the real me.
Yeah,
I was literally just drinking and always in my work gear, and they used to call me the high vis killer, bro.
Yeah,
that's why we used to. So that's why we busted out. But I got a lot of comments like, bro, that's not cool, man. You look dirty. Go put some clothes on. It's like, I should have like fucking, I don't know, like made it more clear to some. But the people, bro, so if you know, you know. You know what I mean? So shout out to all my day ones, bro, for sure.
Yeah, shout out all the 9-to-5ers, man, doing their thing. Like, that's what I see it as, you know what I'm saying? Representing the boys that are just doing their thing on a day-to-day basis.
I was going to say, I did just come from work, but I had a shower. The shirt's clean, man. The shirt's clean, I swear.
We're right in grinding, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
Tell them I don't want to hear that shit. Still MB'd up, still doing my bits, still making hits. I'm growing now, but my young still out trying to take that trip. Fucking preview.
Listen. Production on this is like, you know how to pick a beat. I've noticed that about you. You pick your, like, every instrumental you picked, I've gone, yeah, I fuck with that. Like, there's like every artist at some point runs into this instrumental where the fans are a bit like, nah, I'm not too sure about that one. But you, like, it seems like you have a good ear for instrumentals. Like, how did you find out about this one, produced by Rocco?
Oh, bro, he just sent me he just sent me a pack, bro, and I was just going through, and as you do, you go through packs. It was the last one, bro, and I played it. I had that sample at the beginning, and then I heard the drop,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Bro, it makes me want to kick someone's head off, bro." Straight
Yeah,
out, like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a beat. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Done," and then I wanted it to be drill, but not the same as everyone else. Like, I don't think anyone's made a beat like this. Like, made a drill song with a beat like this. So I wanted it to stand out a little bit, but still, like, because I'm a real aggressive rapper too. So it needs to be a beat that's aggressive as well. It can't be like a slow one. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just worked, bro. Shout out.
And your energy matches this beat as well, in terms of like, this is like, listening through your tracks, this is probably your most aggressive, like raw, gritty kind of delivery as well. Like, this is when you had like the most in your voice kind of thing. Like, you hear that in this track.
Yeah, bro. We always deep in like personal shit that was going on in the area. So it wasn't hard for me to get inspired, bro. It was just one of those moments where you go on the studio and you, if you know, bro. You lock yourself in there and walk out till it's finished. You know what I mean? Shirt off and just going off. So yeah. Shout out, Dance.
Hey, run up on gang like something that try got left on the map. Shut up real quick, cause I don't wanna hear that chap. I don't wanna hear that chap.
When you're writing this, without going into names or details like that, was this written with like certain people or a certain someone in mind? Or was it more of a if the shoe kind of fits?
Yeah, I think the first verse was definitely if the shoe fits. But this second verse, 100% was like, so I already had the first verse, like I already kind of had the first verse, but the second verse was like, just, inspired.
Yeah. Without going into details, yeah.
I was inspired, bro. And I think they all, like, I made it pretty obvious to who it was to, and then,
And if you know kind of situation.
Yeah.
Step to me, they all get destroyed. Talk that talk, but talk is cheap. Talk that talk till it's Uber Eats. Pull up to the door with the fucking beef. Send my youngers around there, boys pull up in the mask like trick or treat. We got a war like the Vietnamese. We don't stop even if these peace like.
Literally like 3 punchlines back to back, and then and then just the transition. It's just, as you say, that relentless, constantly jabbing, constantly over and over again. Like, with yourself, do you find yourself writing bars like this sometimes and being like, nah, that ain't good enough? Or do you find that once you're just on a roll, you can just reel them off one after the other kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll write a verse in 5 minutes, bro. I can't sit there and think of a line and go, oh, what's the next line? Like, what's that? Yeah. Like, it'll just all come to me and I'll write it all in 5 minutes. Like, I'll write a whole song. I think I wrote this. I was waiting for Don to come out to the car and he was in the studio. I texted him, I'm here. And we wrote the whole, like, pretty much. I think half the first verse was already written. And then I just wrote the rest, like, in 5 minutes. So it's pretty nice things. I'm like one of those dudes, bro. I can just write real good at a certain time and then I might get blocked for a while. Then I'll write 5 songs in a row. You know what I mean? So it's pretty strange.
So you don't try to over perfect things. You like to just, in the moment, if you're feeling it and you're feeling creative, you can just smash out multiple verses like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I won't go home and listen to it, and that might be a flaw of mine. You know, like maybe that's something I've got to do. Is like go home, listen to it, and go, maybe I'll take out that line and put in this line. But I just like to keep it organic most times. Like whatever I was feeling at the time, I always dropping that.
Bunch of rookies, better say that chat. I've never seen you on the field. Let's see who's real. Everybody get killed. Everybody want to drill till someone gets drilled. I don't want to hear.
Everyone a drill till someone gets drilled. That's one of the hardest bars you've got.
It's dangerous, bro. It's not safe.
Yeah, it is. That encapsulates everything that you was talking about. You know what I'm saying? People leading the fake personas online, people not backing it up. And everyone thinks this life is, everyone glorifies this life. Everyone romanticizes this life until one of their boys gets touched. And then all of a sudden, shit's very real all of a sudden.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man, there's so many stories I could get into, but that's pretty much it, bro. And that show is like, fuck, bro. It's not always safe. Like, I do have a certain amount of respect for anyone that makes this type of music, because, like I said, you gotta walk around and after you made it, look, you gotta pretty. Like, so I respect cunts because it is pretty dangerous. But to kids that are thinking about getting into it, if you're not ready to stand on it, it's not safe. Stay home. You know what I mean? Like, get into other shit. There's other shit you can make. Other things we can talk about and feel like that, but yeah, it can get dangerous, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you understand, if you're not if you don't feel safe, stay home.
Yeah, them ones. No, I hear
shit,
it.
yeah.
I don't wanna hear that shit, bro. I don't wanna hear no chat. Tell them boys relax. We really out on the field.
Yeah, the boys still giving it that energy without fail. Like, are these most of the same people that were in the warm-up video as well?
Bro, all my videos.
Yeah.
All my videos. They never changed. That's why one thing that I'll pride myself in is that if you watch my first video to my last video, it's the same boys riding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people have wanted to be in it. A lot of people want to be at it, but stay true to the boys that stay true to me. You know what I mean? So shout out to the boys again.
Yeah, man,
Hope he does,
100%. The energy that they're giving, is,
Yeah.
deserved. So deserved, man.
I don't wanna hear that chat. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear about clips. I don't wanna hear about stacks or gats. So I don't wanna hear about taking trips on my side. But I know one's been done. If you talk that talk, better back what's said on my son. If it's 2 on 10, I swear never ever leave my mate for dead. It's on the gang.
Did you purposely, like, did you consciously want that bit to be a cappella, or was that done like post engineering kind of thing?
Nah, yeah, I wanted the acapella.
Yeah.
I wanted the acapella.
Yeah, it
Sometimes
makes
I
those
speak
words
to-
hit that little bit deeper. It's like I'm highlighting that moment in specific.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the motto of the whole fucking song. So it just
Yeah.
made sense to. I just said to Dimes, cut the, because you guys, like just the beginning of it, and I go, bro, the whole freaking thing.
Whole
And he was
eight,
like, that's
yeah.
a long pause. He's like, that's a long pause, and then he did it. He goes, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He's
he
like,
does the stutter
yeah,
as
I
well.
see.
Yeah, he does the stutter at the very end, then lets the beat drop and then run out
I
to the
started
end.
cold,
So,
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
started cold.
chat. That was big. Was that that weren't your most viewed was the warm up, right?
Yeah, and I think that, but yeah, chat's the most streamed.
Chat's most stream.
Well,
Okay,
Chat
like
was the
across
most
like
streamed,
Spotify, Apple, and all of that.
Yeah. Chat was the most streamed. I knew that was gonna be the. I think it's just all the boys' gym song, eh? You saw G up to take pre-workout and just
Yeah.
G up to the song, but yeah.
It's the
That's a
boys,
mad
man.
song. And I think a disclaimer before we leave that song is like a big thing that people need to understand is like that's not me saying I'm a hard cunt or I know about this or that or this. It's me. It's more me saying, you know, if you're not about that, don't talk about it. You know what I mean? And you know, I just got a big heart, bro. Like I said to you, like I've said multiple times, like you know, we all make music and shit, but you got to stand on what, and I'm ready to stand on it. Not a lot of people will stand on the track like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't give a, you know, I'm just that dude. Like, humbly, respectfully.
All right, so I gotta make that clear for the audience that are watching this. At this point, I was meant to do a reaction to this by now, but by the time of filming this, I still ain't reacted. So now this is my reaction as well. So it might be slightly more on a reaction side here, but we're still gonna go through and try and break it down as we go along. I'm still questioning about a few things.
This is a different thing. This is a different thing, but this is a different thing.
Yeah, so I'm aware that you've tried something different here. What made you try something different? What made you go, right, I want to do something that they're not really expecting?
I just always been like that. Like I'm not afraid to be who I am. Like as crazy as I am in the other songs and in the drill shit, but it's most Islanders. I don't know if you grew up Islanders, but anyone that grew up Islanders knows, bro, they're the craziest, and you don't want to mess with them. But they've got the biggest hearts, bro, and we love hard. That's one thing that, and that's what for me. There's no medium for me. Like it's literally love or war. And that's why I've got an EP coming out soon, but it's called Love and War, because it's just that's the two moods, bro. There's no middle for a lot of folks. So this is the softer side of me, but
hey, listen, everyone's got to do it, man. Everyone's got
to. Radio team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Shout out Castile.
Yeah. Rough Pops. You got acoustic guitar to start off with.
Girl, I'm just trying to stay in this moment. Girl, I know that the last guy left you broken.
Yeah.
Girl, even if I wrote a million poems.
Right, first off, can we just shout out on the visuals, right? Rough Pops, yeah? That shot there, I like that. That's a nice cinematic shot right there. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, looking like a farmer out there, bro. I'm like, damn, bro.
Where's the hype is now?
Bro, I full have my TNs on and everything. I'm like, bro, we doing this? So I was like, bro, I said, hey, you're the magic man. Shout out, Rough. I was like, let's do your thing.
Man.
Do your thing, bro.
Hey, listen, to the audience, yeah? What do you know about trying to ruin your kicks just to get the nice shot, yeah? What do you know about that?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about white TNs in the mud, bro. Come on.
The love I have for you, ooh,
Yeah?
Can never be split in two.
Is that you, Nokz? Yeah?
Sometimes I know that on me.
Nah. He said, listen, we could do that drill shit. We could do that double time shit, but what are you saying? How are you doing today, yeah?
100%.
Love that
100%.
vibe. Love that vibe, man. He's got.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, you gotta do song for the girls as well, man. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
listen, I don't get how man always wanna be around man them all the time. Yeah, there's a time and place for it. Don't get me wrong, but there's gotta be a time and place for the other side of the game. Yeah, can't always be around man 24/7. Yeah, I don't know about you, man. I'm not on that, innit? Like, so I hear it.
Nah, you don't talk to your girl the way you talk to the boys on the road. You know what I mean?
Go,
Like,
man.
come on, boys. You gotta play something for your missus every now and then, bro. Come on.
100%, man. I listen, and then you know it's different as well, yeah. When you're with your girl or when you're around girls or whatever, there's certain songs that you play, and there's certain sometimes you just need to have a bit of diversification in your arsenal, yeah. You need something a little bit different. So if we can have the man them doing tunes for that's what we want. I don't want to listen to some meaty guy at the top of the charts. Listen, I want the man them to make them kind of, so I have a good middle ground. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, 100, bro. 100, bro. Yeah, I think for me, bro, I was always a singer. So I grew up in church and she's singing, as most of us did, most islanders did. But I always wanted to be a singer. But this is it's crazy because I made this. I was fucking around the studio. I made it, and this is actually how I got signed, bro. Pretty much.
Okay.
So it was like, and you think about it, bro. Like, as good as drill is, man, like, is it gonna make it for us? Like, it's done it for the other artists that are massive, like in the drill Australian scene. But now, if you're coming out with drill, bro, you gotta be amazing to make like proper money off it. So for me, like this was more business move as well. But we just fuck with the sound.
But you still like
normal,
the vibe
anyway.
It's not like I'm selling out kind of thing. You've got to still fuck with the track yourself.
Nah, yeah, 100%, bro. Nah, it wasn't. We didn't make it to like, this is like gonna be good for business. Like, this is shit that can be on the radio.
You just understand the business side of it as well.
We just made it, and that's what these people were saying. So we're like, wow, we're running with it. You know what I mean? So
100%. As long as your energy and your heart, you know, something you keep mentioning, as long as your heart's still in that, then you know what I mean. By all means, do what the fuck you want. You know what I mean. You want to go do a fucking 100%. Country song. You know what I mean. If that's what you fuck with, go do that. Then you want to go do like a dubstep type track. All right, your heart in that, go do it then. But that's the most important thing. So,
bro, big message to every single Polynesian artist that's coming out this year. You make whatever fucking music that you want to make. Don't let no one tell you that it's gay or you gotta make drill to come out or all that shit. But you make whatever music you want to make. Even people that are releasing drill right now that we know. I know you got love songs in the vault. So don't be scared to drop them things, because that might be the one that pushes it.
And listen, you know people respect it when they do it as well. More time than 100%. Not. Presuming it's done well, people like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
even especially I do. I respect people that are free as an artist and comfortable enough in their own skin that they can release music that they want to release. That's what it's all about. That's what it's about, creating art, letting your heart pour out onto the paper and letting it go through people's ears to their heart. You know what I mean? That's what music's about, type of thing. So yeah, that's the side note.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. No, I'm 100% with you, man.
Just like the sunrise, just like the moon rises, just like the moon in the dark night.
What IKEA advert is this, man? Furniture out in the middle of a field. Like, what are you playing at, big man? Like, whoa, 1 minute. What's this? Yeah.
Bro, shout out Ruff, bro. Shout out Ruff. I don't know where the fuck he got that furniture from, but he put it in the middle of this big ass bush, and it was just, bro. Literally, it's a massive field, just bush, and we go in the middle, and Ruff and Jerome, shout out Jerome. They're like whippersnippering the. Oh, do you know what? Like a lawnmower. They're like mowing the area. That's commitment, bro. Shout out Ruff.
Oh man, that is commitment still, man. Okay. Let's bring around that hook.
Love I feel for you couldn't be spoken. I hope you know that the love I have for you.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a sort like that. Yeah, I see what you're doing with this. I see. This ain't the first time you've had like a melodic style, though, weren't it? The drinking track that you did. That was like kind of monotonous.
Yeah, yeah.
Different kind of track off the top of my head, but
yeah, look, that one was like a clubby, just a vibe type shit. I like my music to be a vibe, bro. Whether it's a bad, like a drill vibe or like a good vibe. You know what I mean? I just like the vibes, man. Bro, we just made this drunk in the studio. Like, we made this in 1 hour, bro. I'm not even joking. This whole song.
That seems to be a theme in how you're doing things. And you write quick, you just go in there, get it done, kind of thing, like. And then you've got a track straight away. You don't spend too much time on it, man. I think what that does is you capture then an energy. You're going off of energy rather than individual details. That I can't do it like that, innit? Like, I'm an artist. I'm one of them artists that needs to go over things again and again and again, and it almost becomes a machine, like a well-oiled machine of you've planned it down to the finest part. But then there's other artists like yourself where you go in and you've just got something organic that comes out of it, and it might be rough around the edges at times, but you've capsulated something that, you know what I mean? If you know it's right, you can drop that. Plus then the talent side of things. I don't believe I'm naturally talented like that. So sometimes I can do things like that, and some of my best work has been from the last minute, let's just smash it out and done. But for the most part, majority of my catalogue ain't like that. But maybe that just speaks to your talent where you are able to just do it like that, and it still comes across as good, if not better, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Me and Dance, like we believe in moments, bro, in the studio, like creating moments together. And that's like some moments, like a lot of my songs, bro, they're one take and they're never touched again. Like, because that's a moment that we don't want to alter. So I don't know if you've heard For the Boys, it's one of my other, it's a one take, but that was a moment like, we literally a one take and we never touched it again. And I released it as it was because that's we truly believe in moments. And I feel like if you're not having those moments when you're creating songs, that don't mean as much to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel, you know? And I can feel it every time I listen to it. So yeah, I'm a big believer in moments, bro. That's a big thing.
Can never be split in two. Dark times I know that I'll make it through. Cause baby you shine brighter than the moon. Cause you are my life.
I can hear you doing them stabs and them doubles in the back. Like, are you a confident singer like that? What, like, can you just step into the booth and sing confidently, or do you need to like warm yourself into it a little bit? Like,
no, I just pretty much just do it. Like, I just like, you know what I mean? Like, I like you said, talent. I think I'm lucky. It sounds good.
Yeah. I love how you said
the
look on your face is like, I'm just lucky, it just sounds so good, you know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, the auto-tune helps, but I'm just lucky it pays off, bro. Like, I don't know, I just go in and do some random shit and then we like the sound of it, so like that.
The love I feel for you couldn't be spoken. I hope you know.
And the big bit everyone's gonna sing. You ain't performed this yet, have you?
Nah, but I can't wait, man.
Yeah, when you perform this, you're gonna have a whole crowd singing this back to you, and that's because it's such a simple melody. It's such a simple hook. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing no mad Adele type riff and run. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple like that. But that's why I think it's gonna be so effective. I've like my first time hearing this, and by the end of the song now, I know, you know what I mean, I can at the very least hum along to this song and you know, ad-lib it, you know what I mean, at the very least. And so that's a sign of a good hook if you've remembered it by the end of the track, first time of listening. And that's where we talk about, when we say something's radio friendly or mainstream friendly, that doesn't always mean selling out. People get that twisted. What we mean by that is, if you did hear on the radio, I know radio is like, in air quotes, a dying thing, but you know what I mean, if you did hear it just once in passing, could that stick in your mind? I'm sure that happens to everyone. You're like, yo, I know this song from like this pop artist, but I don't know how. It's because subconsciously you've walked into a JD somewhere, you know what I mean, or you've heard it in, you know what I mean, someone's car whilst passing by or something at a set of lights for like 15 seconds, and that's stuck in your head. So this has that ability to do that now. If I heard this in past, I'll be like, how the fuck do I know this song? You know what I'm saying? Because you've heard it once and it's ingrained itself in your mind. So people always get that twisted with mainstream friendly and selling out. You know what I'm saying? No, it just means that you've made something that if people heard on a quick basis, they could remember quite easily. That's how I interpret it anyway.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So what I meant by it was a business move is that we didn't go in there expecting to do what you just said. It just worked out like what you just said is pretty much what the A&R said to me. Like they were like, "Bro, it's so simple. Like people are gonna catch on," and I'm just like, "Fuck, what's wrong with it?" You know, like. But we didn't go in with the intention to make a song that is radio friendly. Sometimes it just works out like that, you know what I mean? And it's just simple enough that, and I played on the radio for the first time being on the cellar. So shout out to Triple J.
Cause baby, you shine brighter than the moon.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the production as well, because that's so simple. You know what I mean? That's what, a guitar, you've got maybe a bass line, you got them claps, and then your vocals. Like, that is quite minimal for the most part as well. Like,
yeah, it was, bro. It was pretty minimal, bro. Shout out to Low, shout out to Low Paradigm, shout out to Mo, shout out to Ezra James, Mo also. Man, you guys killed it on the production side, man. Made me sound like a pop star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it, man. So now you've made a rod for your own back now, because now I want to hear this versatility going forward as well, because I know you could do the aggressive shit, I know you could do the melodic trappy shit, I know you could do the R&B acoustic side of shit now. So is there any more kind of subgenres that we're expecting to hear from you, or is it kind of just it'll happen if it happens?
Yeah, bro, a bit like that. Like I kind of running down this lane. Like this is an untapped lane, I think, for Pacific Islanders. Like no one's really run down this lane, and it's scary, bro. Like even releasing it, like, and then going through the distro, and it gets put on different playlists than what we're normally used to. You know what I mean? So it's like you go into a different bracket, bro. Like you're dealing with getting messages from different types of people, and like it's a bit daunting, but at the same time, like I love my music that much. You know, like this song means a lot to me, so it's like, why not? You know what I mean? So I have a lot of songs like this, and like kind of a bit of everything, bro. Like I like that the versatility. Like I like being known for it. Like this guy will just drop whatever the hell he wants whenever he wants. Like I like that. Like I like that. I'm blessed to be like that, because some people they'll drop something far left and people won't fuck with it. You know, like people will be like, bro, what the fuck? Like this guy. But I'm just comfortable in my own skin, bro. And like I told you from the start, like every song comes from the heart, you know what I mean? So my heart right now, but I'm in a good place, bro. And there was a lot of times, you know, last year, obviously with chat and shit, you can hear it, bro. You can hear I'm just like a different person. You know, and I want my fans to hear the growth in my music, and not just growth in art, but like growth in life, like to hear me kind of grow up from the young shit, like from the drill and being on the roads and that, to trying to do this thing for real. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest thing for me. So we got a lot of shit coming out, bro.
100%. Like, and you've got people, as you said, growth is a big word, because you've got a lot of people who say, nah, I was the same from day one, and I'm still on roads, and and you know what? There's a certain level of admiration you can have for that, but I admire growth a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Someone to be able to say, bro, I got myself out of that situation, or you know what? I'm at an arm's distance from it, and I don't want to get any closer than that. I'm gonna move over here, and if you man want to come with me, so be it. You're more than welcome to, but I ain't gonna allow you to drag me the other direction, kind of thing. So bro, I gotta respect growth.
You hit the nail on the head. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Because I'll tell you this much, bro. It's someone that's been in both lives. You know, it's a lot harder to grow than to stay the same. You know, it takes a lot more work, and not everyone's willing to do it, which is why a lot of boys are still in the same place. You know, and by me doing this, for me personally, bro, me releasing a song like this and showing people that don't give a shit, that influences my boys to go and do the same, and whoever else likes my music. You know what I mean? Because people know me from the dude that was on the road. You know, and I want them to see, like, bro, if this dude can get off, if this crazy bastard can get off, like, why can't we? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just do what the hell we want? Type shit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, I hear it. And last thing on Moon, like, so does this now make it easier when you're showing like family members your music? Because you know what I mean, Auntie asks about chat, and like, yeah, Auntie, it's what the cool kids are into nowadays. Whereas now you can be like, yeah, I've got Moon now. You know what I mean? Is it a bit easier to be like, yeah, this is what I do with the music thing now?
Oh, bro, what made it pretty like 360 is like one thing with my family here in the drill. They already knew I was like that, so they were just like, this guy's crazy motherfucker. But then when like seeing this, so the first video I got tagged in as soon as it dropped was my niece. She was dancing to it,
Oh,
And bro, that
bless.
for me, like that's what music's about, you know? Like, and then I got a message from my cousin saying that my grandma was watching it. Like that for me, bro, family means a lot to me. And like they can't do that with chat. It's like they couldn't do that with chat. And I think they like for me, I didn't have a lot of family support. So I think they wanted to support me. Like they support me in whatever I do. But now like to get those videos of like my nieces and my nephews like singing along, for me, bro, you can have the views, you can have all that shit. Like that for me as an artist and as a person that loves his family more than anything, that's like that. Nothing is that's priceless, bro. You can give me $1 million, I don't want it. You know, to make another jewel track except for that track, and I don't want it. You know what I mean? That's that. It just worked out perfectly. And like, it's funny that you asked that, bro, because it was it was a massive moment for me seeing my nieces. Shout out to all my family. I hope you guys are enjoying the new music.
Yeah, yeah,
Delete
yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
music. You're not gonna listen to that shit
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah. No, but I always wonder that, like, you've got certain youths out here literally rapping about dead ops and spitting on their grave and this, you know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah,
like, how do you go home and, you know what I mean? That's got to be awkward at
yeah,
the family motive when they go, oh, I heard you do music. Can I hear? Because that always happens. Oh, can you show us what you do? And you're like, oh. And so, you know, depending on who's asking, it depends on what you show, you know what I mean? When you have the man them come up, I heard you do music, bro. Like, what you say? You show them
yeah,
that. But you know what I mean? When grandma
yeah,
comes up and asks what you do, you go show her something different.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've got
100%.
that's the blessing in being a versatile artist. You get to be able to pick and choose who
Bro,
you show what to a certain extent. You know, and if they go
100%,
find out the
bro,
rest of their own
100%.
time, so be it. But you kind of that first initial awkward moment, you try and you cater it to them
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. Like I said, bro, I'm pretty blessed. My family knew what I was like, so it's like wasn't a massive deal. But I can imagine, bro, some of these kids. I don't think their parents have heard this song,
Yeah,
bro. Oh, like, yeah, I was like, this guy's dad ever hears this song, man, he's gonna be fucking running with no shoes on down the road, bro.
yeah.
So, oh yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's a big bonus, bro. It's a big bonus, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, nothing but respect for it, man. Nothing but respect for it, because it ain't, as you said, breaking that kind of box ain't easy, man. Breaking that,
Yeah,
like,
nah.
kind of. Was you unsure about dropping this? Was you a little bit like, I'm not sure how this is going to be received, or was you quite confident when dropping it?
Bit of both. I was more concerned, just not. I wouldn't say the haters, but just the fans that just want to hear me rap. Because I have a lot of fans. Like, bro, I'll release a singing song and they're like, bro, just rap. Like, we want another chat. Like, we want to. But I think as an artist, you got to be true to yourself and how you are at the time. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I love my fans, it's like, bro, I'm going to do what's best for me. If you ride with it, I'm fucking so happy. If not, then, bro, I hope you can grow on you. You know what I mean? Because this is what we're doing. And I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, as far as people saying, oh, you know, you went from drill to this, you know, blah, blah, which I haven't heard much people say, but I'm still people are saying, like I said, bro, like, there's time where you got to grow up, bro. Any man would understand. Like, it's only a little boy would think like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's just the way that I think. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Man.
That was dope, bro. It was dope. It was good. I'm glad you liked it. So, yeah, we got a bit of music coming out. We'll probably release 2 singles before the end of this year. I want to give a massive shout out to Castile Records, that a new label that I'm running with. Shout out to Lucy, Lance, Christian, all the boys. Appreciate you guys having me on. And but we're just gonna run with it for the rest of the year. COVID's COVID, so depending on whether we get shows or not, is we had some lined up, but bro, nothing's promised nowadays. So hey, whatever we got coming, but I just know we got better music. The new shit, dumber. That's one thing I can definitely guarantee is that if you like the old stuff, you will love the new stuff. So man, get around it, bro. Hang out. The boys are on. Don't stream moon. Right now.
Unless you don't speak until. That's right, to respect my opinion, yeah, to wait until. But unless you don't speak until.